Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to do and see diamond dots. So if you haven't heard of diamond dots, it is sort of fun little pictures. This one I chose as a giraffe that you put small little diamonds and they kind of just look like this. I have another one going on the side. They come in packets and you get this really nice piece of artwork and it comes with all the supplies. So here's the canvas that comes in this one, and here are all the beads that come with this one too. When you are getting ready to do it, you just need to clear out your surface, like where I'm working, and roll it out. And the best tip I have for you is to work from one corner and work your way up, because the canvas itself has self-adhesive, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So here's the canvas itself. So what I mean by that, there's a plastic film on top. Can you see that? And so you'll want to lift it up because that already has the glue on it for the diamonds to work with. And so you'll work in this corner, and as you place them, you'll creep it up and up and up. And that way, when you're done for the evening or the session that you're working with, you can put it over and protect it. As you work on it, you will know that this will roll out because this is kind of difficult, as you can see, to start with. But that will go away as you start working with it. Not all of them are the same. So for instance, when you look at this one too, the image that we are diamond dotting are the actual giraffes, but the background, it's like a watercolor remark. That is already like a painted background. So diamonds aren't going to go in this section. When you also get your kit inside here, I'm just showing you because I have one open, you do get like a little tray that has these ridges, and that is for when you spill out the beads or the diamonds. You want them all on the flat side on the bottom. That way when you pick it up, you're picking up the round side. So you can shake them like that, and you can see how the flat backs kind of, it turns it the right way over those ridges is what you're doing. So you'll get the little tray, you'll get all the beads. Inside here too, you'll also have these little, I don't know the name of this, but it's like the stylus. And it comes with also, let me show you, I have one in here. It's a little wax square. Of course, I cannot find it right now, but there's a little wax number in there. Oh, here's it. Here it is. So a little wax like this. And what you're doing is getting that little tip, poking it into some wax so that there's some there. And that is sort of how you pick up the beads, like so. And then you'll place it onto the sticky area where it goes. That is as simple as it is. Now, this project is, lack of a better word, it's tedious. It's a little bit kind of same thing, repetition. But for me, I listen to an audiobook or music, and I do it for like 30 minutes before I go to bed. So I just wanted to show you the kit on how I get started. And don't get me wrong, I've done a few, and I can't tell you off the top of my head, like this size will get you, be done in 10 hours or something like that. I don't have a preset time limit on when this will get done. I'm going to show you in, speed it up how I do it. And just so you understand how it works too. So let me bring it up closer. You'll have a key on each side. Okay. And in that key, there are symbols that are in the middle. Those are the symbols that are on the picture. And then those symbols go to a certain pack. So this is pack number 1, A1, A2, A3. So those are all the numbers on these little packs that you get. So for instance, on the ones that I have open, this one, for instance, is labeled with number 13. You see right there? So if this one was going for that, number 13, anything that has this little half triangle symbol would put this color bead. So you can see how when you're working on it in a corner per se, you can see, can you see? Let's see if I can bring it up. There you go. You can kind of see, there you go, with the light. You can see there's a few circle shapes. There's the half corner of the triangle and then like a line with a circle through it. So those are the packs I would get the numbers for and work on this corner with first. And that's just how I recommend doing it. If you really were just to dump out, say, all of number 1, which is the line with the circle attached, it's very hard to kind of see all of it that it's needed. Plus, I feel like the stickiness would be compromised. So I just recommend working either from the bottom to the top, or if you like working from the top to the bottom, you would just have to pull it down this way and work like that as you go. So either way, it's a preference. Okay, so if you have any other questions regarding diamond dots, you can leave them down in the comments. And I am just going to speed through me doing this. It's going to be really fast and it's going to take a couple days, so the footage will probably come in and out with different lighting. So I apologize for that. And then hopefully by the end of this video, you will see the finished results, and I'll try to keep track of how many hours or time I spend doing this. But this is how it all starts off. Oh, and also last thing I just noticed I didn't mention, there are extra Ziploc bags, little tiny ones, in case you are afraid of keeping them in this bag. I just kind of cut the corner and keep them in a little dish that I'm working with. Is my system. But if you are scared that you might spill them, there are little Ziploc bags also available in there to work on them. So let me open this up. Let me find the bag that's probably the complete circle shape, and we will get started working on a diamond dot. I will also leave everything for this linked down below. It is from a cherry on top, so you can purchase one yourself, and there are a bunch of other designs on the website. I just picked out the giraffes. The giraffe is actually my favorite animal. So this is all that it is. And so let's get started. So for the circle on the bottom, it is bag number 3. So we will cut that right here. And we will get started. There's number 3. We have our dish, we have everything, and we can get going. Okay, so that is my nice little intro to diamond painting, at least to explain it as the best of my ability. This is probably only, I think I mentioned, the second one of these that I have done, maybe the third. This is a nice, relaxing project if you can stand doing repetitive motions. If you like repetitive actions where you can mindlessly either listen to music, or for my case, I listen to an audiobook, these are the kind of projects for you. I find myself doing this definitely always at night. It took about a week, so I don't know how many hours, I could tell you this took. But, once I put my daughter to bed, I showered and got into my jammies. I put on an audiobook, and then I sat and did this for 30 minutes, maybe an hour. For me, the hour can go by rather quickly. But for some, this might be the most frustrating, infuriating project to do, because I know I've mentioned it to like other colleagues and stuff, my coworkers, and like half of them said, "Oh, absolutely not. I could never do something like that. That takes patience, and I ain't got them." Or like an attention thing too. Like if maybe you are someone that is easily distracted, this probably isn't for you. But to give it a try, I would say start with something maybe a little bit smaller. They have smaller projects to do, and I have just put this, truly, while you watch this, on super fast forward. It was the best way to do it. So I truly think you should start maybe smaller. Like I said, I probably already did 2 before this one, enjoyed it, so I knew I could go bigger. But I also had the intention with the bigger one to frame this for my room. I find it to be a nice graphic print that I could appreciate on my walls. So that is the intention of doing with this one. And also, I think I mentioned it, giraffes are my favorite animal. Like, I just think they are stunning, beautiful, elegant creatures, and I could stand and watch giraffes at the zoo all day long. But we have to go visit the other animals, but that's how much I love them. So as I work, I think I had mentioned it, I work in areas. So like if I pull back that film a little bit and I notice like the symbol that is most dominant is an X, I'm going to pull out said X, whatever it coordinates to the number pack, and work like that. I recommend doing it in that way because that's way my hand as it rests on the bottom of the picture isn't getting caught in glue. Because if you're trying to hunt around just for X's throughout the whole image, I think your eyes will strain, and it's not, I think, the best approach, because like I said, the glue will be exposed and your hand will get stuck in it, because I did try it that way. So definitely work in sections, and you saw that little box over to the right is just where I have all the open packs so they don't spill. Now there are kits to buy on Amazon that you can like pour them all out, so they're like in reusable, resealable little jars, which kind of can make this project easier. My sister tried it out, got hooked on it, and did buy it, and that's the way her little OCD brain works. For me, it's okay in this fashion. Okay, y'all, so we are done with this one. So beautiful. Okay, I love it. I want to seal it. So I have now gone to Amazon and picked up this, I don't know the brand name, Sevigil, whatever. It's diamond painting sealer, and it comes with, I got the set that has 2 bottles and all these little tools to brush it on with. So we're going to attempt this. Hopefully this is not as messy. It says it has to cure 24 hours, so I have to keep it out overnight. And then hopefully what I'm thinking is that once I got a 16 by 16 square frame. I got it in white. And what I'm thinking is once I get it and I cut the key off, when I put it in the frame, I'm going to take off the glass as well so that you can be able to see. Ooh, see, and one of the black ones came off. You'll be able to see the texture from it. So what I'm hoping though too is that this doesn't lose its shine. Oh, there it goes. See? And this is why, because I don't want any of these gemmy gems to fall off. I mean, that's the only one this has happened to so far. But this is exactly why we're going to seal it. Just in case these come off over time, I don't want it losing its sparkle. So this is the first time. Hopefully I don't ruin it with you. But if we do, maybe I'll just buy it again and do it again. But I'm hoping that this is kind of user-friendly. And I will try to be good about not getting it on the background because I don't know how it's going to react to this. I'm going to keep it like definitely here. And it definitely seems like a very liquidy consistency. So I will leave this linked down below and we're just going to go for it. We're just going for it. Okay, so far it is giving like a murky, you know, look to it, but I'm hoping to just trust the process and that it'll dry all fine and not murky. But like I can definitely see it's like going in between. That's what the good with the brush is. Let's try it with this thing too. That the brush helps move the product really well. Like I can definitely drag it down. And let's try this little guy. Okay, not a fan of that. That definitely doesn't move it. This one definitely moves it. Okay, I think I did it good. I'm just trying to go around now on just some of the edges to make sure like the edges don't. But you know what I'm worried about is just how it will react like when I get it on the background, like if it'll be clear or not. So this is all the last bits of this experiment. Let's see how the experiment goes, because I really want this on my wall. All right, so I will let this dry. This is probably going to be a delayed video because I'm going to wait for the frame to come in and let you see the whole final product. So stay tuned. Hopefully when I'm coming back, the frame is here and this is dried and we'll be able to see the results. Okay, so hang tight. Okay, so I let that glue dry. My frame came in. It was simply from Amazon and it works out perfectly. Now I thought I was going to remove the like plexiglass so that we can see the texture, but because once I cut off a little bit of that edge and like the key, it was falling out of it too easily. But I am happy with it because you can still, I mean, my box lights, you can still see the texture of the dots. And so I just kept the plexiglass there. And I believe this was 14 by 14. It was on Amazon. I want to say I spent $16 maybe on it. But it's perfect because if you know my craft room, I do kind of put puzzles and glue them and hang them, and I have some really bold art pieces on my walls. So having this as a completed project up on my walls is going to be very fun. So let me put it up where I think it's going to go best and rearrange some things on my wall, and I will show you the finished result. And there it is up on my craft wall amongst my other pieces of art that I have in my room. But it turned out oh so good, and it fits perfectly right up there. Thank you for joining me. Bye.